Hello everyone. Welcome to our lesson 4. If you can hear me clearly, can type 1 in the chat box, okay? Okay, great. So today will be about the counting 2D and 3D shapes. This one will be quite interesting, okay? So right now, everybody, you can prepare your pencil, your eraser, also your handout if you already packed it, or you can also just use a blank paper to do together with Teacher Jane, okay? After 3 minutes, we will start the lesson. So now if you want to go toilet or you want to drink some water, just take your time. How was your homework last week? It was about the time and the calendar, right? I think that one is quite easy to get wrong. Is it hard? Okay, good. Okay. Somebody say not so hard. That's great. I think the topic of time and calendar need a lot of patience, right? Because sometimes we need to think of what is the starting day, what is the end day. We need to think of whether the first day is counted. So do we need to -1 or do not need to -1 or something? Okay, 1 minute before the class starts. So everybody, make sure you get ready. Okay, everybody, it is 4 p.m. now, so let's get started. Today is the lesson 4 of our Sasmo key topics. As for today's class, we will talk about another kind of topic that is of the counting. So we can see as for counting, we will talk about how can we count 2D shapes, how can we count 3D shapes. The 3D shape in the test is usually like the cubes. Maybe you already seen this before, right? So you can see here is a picture. Then as for today's class, we will also learn how can we count the cubes. Also for the 2D shape, usually it will be the triangle, rectangle, and square like that, right? So as for today's class, we will go through it together. And we can see here is the past year paper analysis. According to this, you will notice that every year we will have this kind of topic. Sometimes we will even have 3 questions about the counting. So this one is quite important, right? You can see 2022, 2023, 2024. Every year we will have the counting questions. Okay, so everybody, this one is really important. So I hope that everybody can listen carefully. Also, here is the feedback about your homework last week. We can see 56 of you submit your homework. And you can see as for the question 1, only 76% of us got it correct. And you can see the correct answer should be 580 minutes. But some of us, you see, 12%, more than 12% of us choose option E, none of the above. I want to know, do you really know what's the meaning of none of above? Yes or no? You can have Y for yes and for no in the chat box. Okay, the none of the above means like, for example, if you think A, B, C, D, all of them are wrong, then you can choose none of the above. Okay, that means none of the above answers are correct. All of them are wrong. Okay, so only when you think A, B, C, D, none of them they are correct, then you choose E. And sometimes there are times that we need to choose E. Okay, choose this one. And as for this question, what you need to do is just to read the question first. You can see the store open at 8:45 a.m., closed at 5:35 p.m. every day. It is closed from 11:55 to 12:45 for a lunch break. So what we need to do, there are two ways. One way is that you can calculate the duration one, like from the 8:45 to 11:55, and then calculate the duration two, that is after the lunch break until 5:35 p.m. This is the first way. And then the second way is that you can calculate the whole day from 8:45 to 5:35, then minus the lunch break, this period also can. Okay, two ways. And then question number 2, 3, 5. I think all good. Yeah. But as for question number 4, question 4, only 80% of us got it correct, so we can quickly go through it. So everybody, you can see how many days are in a month that begin on Saturday and end on Sunday. So you can see this one, 80% of us got it correct, and a lot of us choose C. So everybody, we can see if the day begins on Saturday, ends on Sunday. So maybe we can label this is Saturday, this is Sunday. So begin on Sunday, that means the first day is begin on Saturday, that means the first day is Saturday, right? And then the second day is Sunday. And then everybody, you can tell me 1 week got how many days? Type in your chat box. 1 week has how many days? Type in your chat box. 7 days, right? Okay, so we can see we just label here is another week, and there are 7 days. Okay, so after we plus the 7 days, the Sunday will be 9, right? 2 plus 7 equals 9. And then another 7 days, and then another 7 days, and then the 7 days. Okay, everybody, my question is, can we have another whole week? Can or cannot? Yes or no? Cannot, right? Okay, so everybody, we can see. That means we get 2 days for the Saturday and the Sunday, and then we get 4 whole weeks. That is another 4 times 7 equals 28 days. So in total, there are 30 days, right? This is how we solve the problem. Okay, so this is how we do it. Then, everybody, let's get started for today's lesson. Firstly, let's warm up a little bit. Okay, so here you can see here is a cube, right? So the first thing we're gonna learn is count the cubes in order. I'm gonna teach you 2 ways to solve the question. Okay, so everybody, let's see the first way. That is, we can count column by column. That is, we can see this one, we can call it as the board guide method. That is, we start from the shorter head to the longer head. So everybody, when we do this kind of question, do you know what's the meaning of column? Is it like this from top to bottom? Or is it like this from left to right, horizontally? You can show me with your arms, or you can type in the chat box. It is from the top to bottom, right? So everybody, we can see every time when we count by column, we need to start counting from the shortest column, because it will never be blocked by others. So you can see them clearly, right? So everybody, you can see here we start from the shortest column, 1, 1, 1. And then we just label the number on the top of this column. Okay, so you see, this is how we do it. And then we can work upwards to taller towers. So for example, you can see this column, we got 2, right? Because you see this one is taller than the one in front. this column can never be like, this cube can never fly in the sky, right? So we can see there must be 2. And then after we label all the columns, we can add up all the numbers to find the total. So you can see here we still get 2 columns that we haven't counted. So you can see this one also should be 3 and 3. Okay, and then we just add them up. So here you can see how many ones do we have? How many columns that we only get 1? 3 columns, right? So 3 times 1 equals 3. And then how many columns we get? 2. Yeah, just 1. So 1 times 2 equals 2. How many columns we get? 3 cubes. Yes, 2 columns. So we can see 2 times 3 equals 6. So to find the total, we just do 3 plus 2 plus 6. Then we get the answer here should be 11. Okay, all good. So this is count by columns. So everybody, let's write down the note on your paper. Let's copy the note. No need to copy them all. You just copy what Teacher Jane write on the screen. That will be fine, okay? So this is count by column. Sorry. And okay. And then what we need to do is just to start from the shortest column. Everybody copy together with Teacher Jane. Later we will move on, okay? And label, then add. Okay? You just copy this part. I write on the screen, that will be fine, okay? After finishing, you can type 1 in the chat box. Everybody, don't type anything is not related to the class in the chat box, okay? Or Teacher Jane will just directly mute you. It's not that kind. Amy, do not type anything is not related to the class. Also, Yibo. Okay, then everybody, this time let's move on. Just now we'll learn how can we count column by column, right? This time we will also learn how can we count in another way. That is, this one we call it as the lazy guy method. Let's see why we call it as the lazy guy, okay? This time we just count by layer, or you can say count by rows, okay? Count layer by layer. So everybody, this time we can see what should we do. The first step is just we start from the top row, this one, because it is not blocked by others, right? So you can see clearly that is there's only 1 cube here, okay? And then we count the lower levels. Okay, so you can see for the second layer, we can see the top layer, can it fly in the sky? Cannot, right? So there must be someone supporting it. So we can see this red guy, this red one is supporting the one on the top, right? So we call this one as the hard working cube, the working cube. And then you can also see here are 3 cubes that are not supporting the top layers. So we call them as the lazy cubes, the lazy guys, okay? So you can see, actually, the top layer we get 1. So the bottom layer, we must have 1 hard working cube. And then you just count how many lazy cubes that we have in this layer. That is 3. Then we can get the answer to this layer. 4 in total, right? And then everybody, we can see for the bottom layer, this time we can also count again, right? That is, you can see for the second layer, we just now know that there are 4 in total. Can these 4 cubes fly in the sky? No, can never, right? So we can see there must be someone supporting them. So here we can see there are 4 cubes. There are 4 cubes supporting them, and we can also count the the lazy cubes. You see, they are not supporting others. How many such cubes that we have? 5, right? So there will be 9 in total. So this time we can count that in total there will be 1 plus 4 plus 9 equals 14. Okay, so this is how we do the question, layer by layer. So everybody, this time, let's also write down the notes together. Let me erase all of this now. Can I erase? Okay, I clear all of them, okay? So let's write down the note. That is the second way is that we can count by layer. What we need to do is just to use the total cubes. If we want to find the total cubes, then we just plus the lazy cube with the working cubes and start from the top, okay? From the top, everybody copy the note. Start from the top. The total cubes equals the lazy cubes plus the working cubes. After finishing, you can type in the chat box, okay? Count by layer, start from the top. And the total cube for each layer equals the lazy cubes plus the working cubes. Okay, good job, Bella. Good job, everyone. Then, can we move on? Or you can screenshot first. Okay, everybody, this time, let's count. How many cubes are there in the figure below? So just now, you already learned 2 ways, right? So here, what you need to do is just to count them using the 2 different ways. The first one is that you need to count by columns. The second one is that you need to count by layers, okay? After finishing, you can type 1 in the chat box. I give you 3 minutes. You need to practice both ways, okay? Don't be too lazy. Are you the lazy guy also? Okay, just joking. Everybody, 3 minutes until 4:18. I see some correct answer in the chat box, but everybody, you need to try both ways, okay? The 2 ways. Because sometimes if you count by column, it will be easier. Sometimes if you count by layer, it will be easier. Somebody very close to the correct answer. Somebody got 29, 32. Double check, please. Not 29, not 32. Good job. Not 45. Not 26. You need to try both ways, okay? Even if you finish already, then you need to try both ways. Okay, everybody, it is 18 now. The correct answer is 30. Who got it correct? Type 1 in their chat box. Okay, so everybody, you can see Teacher Jane first we use the Botman method, count by column. That is, we can see there are 6 columns that got only 1 cube, 2 got 2, 4 columns got 3, and 2 columns got 4. So after we do the plus, we will know that will be 30, right? And then the second one is count by row, count by column. So you can see we start counting from the top, right? So the layer on the top is 2. And then the second layer, there must be hardworking guy supporting this 2. So we can see that will be 2. And also we get 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 lazy guys. So there are 6 cubes. And then the third layer, the 6 cube cannot fly in the sky, right? So we can see there must be 6 supporting them. Also, there are 2 cubes, the lazy guys, right? So we can see the answer is 8. And then the same as the last layer, that will be 8 plus 6 lazy guys equals 14. After we do the plus, we will know the answer is also 30. Okay? So this is how we solve the problem. Then everybody, as for today, we will learn another thing that is about counting 2D figures. For counting 2 cubes, you already learned 2 ways. These 2 ways can help you with almost all of the counting cubes questions. And then for the counting 2D figures, we will learn another type of question. That is, you can see how many line segments are there all together in this figure. So as for this kind of question, today we will learn another way. So everyone, you can see here. As for this one, you will notice that here we got the line segments, right? Line segment 1, line segment 2, line segment 3. And then we need to count how many line segments are there all together. So you will notice that if we only count the small ones, then there will be 1, 2, 3, right? 3 small line segments. But actually, 2 small line segments can also combine to be a longer one. You see like this. If we combine the line segment 1 and 2, then we can get a longer one, right? Also, if we combine these 2, we can also have another one. But if we count just messily, then it's quite confusing, right? So we will learn the shooting method to help us. That is, everybody, you can imagine if this is a toy gun and we shoot from A, then we can see we can shoot to how many different ways. We can start from A to B. This is the first line segment. We can also shoot from A to C. This is the second line segment. And then we can also shoot from A to D. Then there are the third line segments, right? Okay. So everybody, you can see if we start from A, we can have how many different line segments? 3, right? Okay, so we can see here what we need to do is just to label. As for A, we get 3 different line segments. And then everybody, this time, we don't have any more for the A, right? So we can start from B. So my first question is, do we need to shoot back from B to A? Yes or no? Yes or no? No need, right? Because just now we already counted when we start from A. So everybody, we never shoot back. We just shoot forward, okay? Because this one is already counted. Okay, then we can start from B and shoot forward. So you can see from B to C, we can have another one. And then from B to D, also another one. So you can see here from B, we can have how many different line segments? We can have 2, right? Okay, and then if we shoot from C, how many different line segments can we have? Just 1, right? Because only D. So this time we can label this is 1. And then everybody, I have another question. Do we need to shoot back, like from C to B, from C to A, yes or no? No need, right? We always shoot forward because just now when we count from A, we already count this line segment. So do not count back, everybody. And then I have another question. How about from D? Do we have any other new line segments like this? No more. So for D, we just label 0. That will be enough. Okay, so everybody here, the answer is just 3 plus 2 plus 1 equals 6. There are 6 line segments altogether. So everybody, you can see for the shooting method, what we need to do is just to label the number line segments from 1, and then stand on each point and shoot from the left to the right, shoot forward. And then add up the number of shoots. Then everybody, let's see. Here is the question on your paper. Let's see how many triangles are there in the following figure. This is the first question about counting 2D shapes, okay? How many triangles are there in the following figure? So usually, before this, we already learned a way, that is, we can count like one small triangle. If we combine 2 small triangles, how many? If we combine 3 triangles, how many? If we combine 4 triangles, how many, right? But after we learn the shooting method, everything will become easier. So firstly, everybody, let's use the common way. Let's see. If we count one triangle, 1, 2, 3, 4, there are 4, right? And then if we combine 2, then we will have 1, 2, 3, like this, right? And then if we count 3, then we also have other ways, and we count 4, then we also have a bigger one. So this is a good way. This is a good way. But after we learn today's shooting method, you will know another way to solve the problem. So everybody, you can see here, you can see for the base of this triangle, have you noticed that? It's just like a line segment that we did just now, right? Do you think it looks like a line segment and the triangle just grow taller from this line segment? Yes. So everybody, we can also try in the same way. That is, we can label, let me label, everybody label together, A, B, C, D, E. You see, this is just like a line segment, but they end at the same point, grow taller, right? So you can see, if we start from point A, let's count together. We can have triangle, this one, and then triangle 2, and then from A to D, triangle 3, and then from A to E, triangle 4. So everybody, you can see here we got how many triangles? 4, right, from the A. And from the B, we get how many new triangles? Do we need to go back to A? Do we need to go back to A? Yes or no? No need, right? So we just go to the front from B to C. So here we get a new one, and from B to D, another one. From B to E, we have another one. So you can see in front of B, there are 3 points, C, D, E. That means we just get 3 new triangles, right? And then from C, we can see, from C, do we need to shoot back to B or A? No need, right? So we just shoot to the front. So you see, from C to D. Okay, this is 1. And from C to E, here is another one. So here we get 2 new triangles. Okay, everybody, I said already, do not have anything is not related to the class. This is really not kind, okay? And then everybody, let's see the D. From the D, we also no need to shoot back. And then what we need to do is just to shoot to the front. And then we get 1 new triangle. And then everybody, let's see, from the E, do we have any others to shoot, like this triangle? Don't have, so just 0. So this time what we need to do is just to do 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 equals 10. Very good. Okay, all good? Okay, then everybody, after we know the shooting method, the counting will be super easy. So this time, let's try the second question for the 2D figures. So you can see how many rectangles are there in the following figure. Somebody may say, oh, Teacher Jane, this one also can use the shooting method? Actually, yes. Let's see why. Everybody, you can see this rectangle is also look like this is grow taller from the line segments, right? Okay, and it end on the top. So everybody, what we need to do is just to label like this is A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Then it's just the same as the line segment one. So everybody, let's count together. Or you can do it by yourself. How about you try it by yourself? I give you 2 minutes. Until 30, okay? Until 30. Yeah, somebody already got the correct answer. After knowing the shooting method, this one becomes easy, right? Okay, everybody, the correct answer is 21. 21. So this time we can see, let me give you an example, like this is from A. From A, then we can shoot to the front. Then how many dots are there in front? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 points that we can shoot. So there are just 6, right? And if you can't understand, we can also try it. Like you see, from A to B, this is one rectangle. From A to C, the second rectangle. From A to D, the third rectangle. From A to E, the fourth one. And then from A to F, the fifth one. And then from A to G, the sixth one. Okay, so this is how we do it. And then from B, do we need to go back like this one? No need, we already counted, right? Then we just count to the front. We can see there are 5 points in front, then just 5, and then C will be 4, D will be 3, and then 2, 1, 0. Okay, then we just do the plus. 6 plus 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 0. Give us how many? 21. So the answer is 21. Okay, all good? So you see this one is not hard anymore, right? Okay, then everybody, let's level up a little bit. You can try this question by yourself first. I give you 2 minutes and then we will discuss together. No, not 6. Double check. Not 10. Double check. No, not 21. Double check. Not 8. Not 4, more than that. Not 12. Not 11. Okay, everybody, let's see the question together. So you can see this time is a little bit confusing, right? But everybody, no worries. Have you noticed that this figure, there are something special? Because you can see it looks like just like a huge triangle, but there are some layers, right? So actually, as for this type of question, we can just think it in another way. Because this figure is symmetrical. Symmetrical means after we fold it in half, the two parts, they look the same, right? So you can firstly count the left one, and then count the right one, and then count the combined one. Okay, so everybody, let's see how can we count. Firstly, we focus on the left part here. Everybody, let's count together. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, right? 3. And then for the right side, there are how many? Also 1, 2, 3. Okay? And then for the combined one, you see the whole thing is 1, 2, 3. Okay? So this is how we solve the problem. So in total, there will be 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals 9. Okay? All good? So for this kind of question, we can see it just looks like a lot of layers and is symmetrical. Then we can just use this way to help us. Count the left one, count the right one, then count the combined one. Okay? Then how about this one? Everyone, you see, it's also a lot of layers, right? So actually still the same idea. Everybody do it by yourself. No, not 11, not 7, not 15. Double check, please. Yeah, somebody got it correct. I saw the correct answer. Later, I'll tell you what is that. Not 12, not 16. Not 6. Not 13. Okay, everybody, the correct answer is 9. Who got it correct? Type 1 in your chat box. Yeah, everybody, we can see this time is still left part, right part, and then the combined part, right? So you can see as for the left part, then you can count. Okay, there are 1, 2, 3, and then for the red part, okay, sorry. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6. Oh, sorry. Okay. Oh, sorry, everybody, let's see this one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and then we can count the combined part, right? The second one, we can see this one is 4, 5. And then the huge one, 6. There are 6 on the left part. Oh, sorry, everybody. Just now I saw my answer was wrong. Okay, it's not the correct answer. Everybody, sorry. Okay, let's see this one on the left part, because this time 2 triangles, they can combine to bigger ones. So this one is different from the last one. Okay, sorry. So you can see this one is 1, like the shooting method. Okay, so you see the left part is the same as the last one. This one will be starting from here is 3, 2, 1. So in total there will be 6. And then on the right side, this is also 3, 2, 1. There will be 6 also. And then if we combine the 2 parts together, you will also notice that here 1 more, 2 more, 3 more. Okay, so here plus another 3. So here is the answer. Okay. Okay, so everyone, you see this question? You count the left part first, and then count the right part first, then you combine the 2 parts, that will be fine. Okay? And then this time, let's see the next question, counting squares. Find the number of squares in the following picture. So everybody, this time we can see for the squares, this question is a little bit different. This is 1 by 1, and then 2 by 2, then 3 by 3 squares. So you can see. So as for this one, you will notice that sometimes when we count the squares, because some small squares will combine together to bigger ones, then you will notice that this one on the right side, how can we count? Then we just start counting from the smallest one. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 small squares. And then we count the medium-sized one, 2 by 2. Then we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then you can also count the larger one. That will be one outside, the big one outside. So we just count in order from the smallest to the biggest one. Okay, so what we need to do is just to plus them together. 9 plus 4 plus 1 equals 14. That will be fine. So we just list in order of the size of the squares from small to big, 1 by 1, 2 by 2, 3 by 3. That will be fine. Okay, then everybody, let's see this question. Find the number of squares in the following picture. Okay, so everybody, I give you 3 minutes. Try this one by yourself first, then we'll discuss together. Okay, somebody already got it correct. Good job. No, not 17. 17 is only the small squares, right? But there are some bigger ones, everybody. Yeah, somebody got it correct. the correct answer should be 26. So this one we can see. When we count the squares, we can always start from the smallest squares, right? So you can see as for the squares here, we can count together. For the first layer, there are 5. And then for the second layer, we get 6. And then the third layer, we get 6. So for the small single squares, we get how many in total? Yes, we have. For the 1 by 1 small squares, we get 17. And then, is this our final answer, everyone? No, we still have bigger ones, right? The 2 by 2 squares. So everyone, you can see, as for the 2 by 2 square, it looks like this. So we can count in order, from top to bottom, from left to right. So you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So 8 such squares. Then everybody, we can label this is 8. And then the 3 by 3 square, we also have, right? So everybody, you will notice that here, as for this one, we have another way. Okay, so here is another one. So the answer is 1. But everyone, is this also another 3 by 3? No, be careful. Here is a blank, right? This is not another square. So what we need to do is just to do 17 plus 8 plus 1. Then we get the answer here should be 26. Okay, all good? All good? Okay, good job. Then can we move on? So we can see counting squares is quite easy, right? Okay, then everybody, this one, let's see. This one is not on your paper, so let's just see the screen will be fine. Everybody, we can see our task is to find the number of the triangles in the following picture. So this time, everybody, you try by yourself first. Okay, I saw some wrong answers, some correct answers, everybody. This one, a little bit more confusing, right? A little bit. Okay, everybody, this time we will learn a new way to do the question. Okay, so you can label, you can see here, this big triangle is split into 4 parts, right? So we can label them as part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4. And our task is to see how can we combine each part to become new small triangles, new triangles. So everybody, we can see as for this kind of question, we just think of, oh, as for each part, are they already the triangle, or can we combine some of them to become new triangles? Okay, so everybody, let's see. When we only focus one single part, then any triangle that we can have. So you can see the second part itself, it is already a triangle, right? And then the first part, is it a triangle? Yes or no? No, right? And then as for the third part, is it a triangle already? Yeah, it is a triangle. And then for the fourth part, is it a triangle? Yes. So if we only see one part, then there are 3 triangles. And then everybody, let's see. If we combine 2 parts, how many triangles that we can have? So this time we need to list in order, okay? So everybody, oh, sorry, what happened? Okay, list in order. That is, we can start from the first part to combine with other parts. So everyone, let's see. For the first part, can we combine with any other parts to become a new one? 1 and 2, can or cannot? 1 and 2. Can, right? So we can label here. We can label on the left side. Okay. So 1 and 2, you can underline. This means part 1, part 2 together. Okay? They will become a new triangle. Then part 1 and part 3. This is another triangle, right? Okay, so you can write down 1 and 3, underline to remind yourself this is another part. And then everybody, how about 1 and 4? Part 1 and part 4, is it become another triangle? Yes or no? Is this a triangle? No, obviously not. That means we already list out all the parts that can combine, all the triangles that can combine with the part 1, right? And then everybody, this time we need to move on to the second part. Do we need to combine with the 1 again? No need, right? So we just try to combine with the other part. So the part 2 with part 3. Is this a triangle? Yes or no? No. So 2 and 3 cannot. Then how about 2 and 4? Is this a new triangle? Yes. So 2 and 4. This one become a new triangle. Okay, all good. Then the next one, we need to list in order. So the next one is the part 3, right? So everybody, do we need to combine the 3 with the 1 again? No need. This one already counted. Do we need to combine with the 2? No need. We just move forward, right? Because just now we already know this is not a triangle. So we can combine with the 4th part. So everybody, you see part 3 and part 4. This is a new triangle, right? So we can just label 3 and 4. This is a new triangle. Okay, all good? All good? Okay, so everyone, you can see if we combine 2, then we will have 4 different ones. Because you can see 4 can never combine with any other parts, right? We don't have anything left. Okay, then everybody, this time let's, how about we combine with 3 parts? Can we have any one? Let's try. Let's start with the 1. Okay, 1, 2, 3. How about 1, 2, 3? Is this a triangle? No. How about 1, 2, 4? Is this a triangle? No. How about 1, 3, 4? Is this a triangle? Obviously not, right? Okay, so seems like 1 cannot. Then let's try 2. 2, 3, 4. Is this a triangle? No, also no, right? So, and then how about 3, 4 something? We don't even have any other parts, right? So for the 3 parts, this time we can see we don't even have any other triangles. Okay, all good? So don't have. And then everyone, have we finished? No, because we get 4 parts in total, right? So everyone, you can see if we combine the, combine the 4 parts, can we get a new one? Yes, just a big one outside, right? So you can see if we combine 4 parts together, then we will have a new one. So here, let's see how many in total. For 1 part, we get 3 triangles. For 2 parts, we get 4 triangles. For 4 parts, we get 1 triangle. So in total, there will be 8. Okay? So this is how we solve the problem. Everyone, all good? Okay, so everybody, this time it's your turn. Do it by yourself. So this time, let me label the parts one by one. Okay, you see this one like a crown. And then you see, let's label, you can label using A, B, C, D, E, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, for Teacher Jane, myself, I prefer A, B, C, D, E. But if you think write down 1, 2, 3, 4 is quite easy, then you can write. Because sometimes if you write 1, 2, 3, you will get confused. Is this means like part 1 or it means 1 triangle? Okay, so this time let's try label A, B, C, D, E, F, okay? Label like this. Try by yourself first, 2 minutes. Not 6, the answer is not 6. Okay, everybody, let's see the question together. So we can see this time is also a regular shape, right? So we also need to label and count one by one in order. Can we just directly label like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, blah, 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 and then count? No, cannot. We need to count in order. So this time, let's see. If we only see one part of it, is there any triangles? You can label together with teacher Jing. You can also type in the chat box, okay? There will be A, B, C, D, E. Is F also a triangle? F, is it also a triangle? Yes or no? No, right? So we have how many? Type in your chat box if we only see one part. 5, right? 5 triangles. And then if we see two parts, then can we just count anyone that you think? Cannot, we need to count in order, right? So we can start from A, the first letter, and see can we combine with any other ones. So everybody, you will notice that AB, this is a new triangle. And then how about AC? Yes or no? You can just type 1 or 2 in the chat box. 1 for yes, 2 for no, okay? How about AC? No. How about AD? No. How about AE? No. AF? No. Okay, so for A, do we have any other ones? No, don't have. Then we do B. So B, do we need to count back like BA? Yes or no? No need, right? Because we already counted just now. So we just move forward. So how about BC? Is it a new triangle? Yes, BC. And then how about BD? No. BE? No, too far away, right? How about BF? Yes, BF is another triangle, right? BF. Then everybody, let's move on. How about C? C, do we need to combine with B again? No need, just move forward. So let's see, CD. Is this a new triangle? Yes, so CD, another one. How about CE? No, cannot, they are too far away. How about CF? Also no, so no more for C, right? And then let's see, how about the E? The D. Do we need to go back to ABC? No need, right? So let's move forward. How about DE? Yeah, DE is another one. How about DF? Yes, also another one. And then let's see, how about E? EF? No, this is not a triangle, right? Okay, so everybody, we can see this is for the two parts. Then how about we combine three parts together? Let's take a look. From A, let's see, ABC. Yeah, this is a new triangle, right? And then how about ABD, ABE, ABF? Too far away, right? How about AC? Cannot, right? AC, they already separate, so this one cannot, don't have any one else. Then let's see B. BCD, is this a triangle? No. Then BCE, BCF, BDE, BDF? No, not really, right? So for B, don't have. And then how about from C? C what? Can type in your chat box. Yeah, C, D, E, right? C, D, E. Okay, C, D, E. This is also another one. So we get two more triangles, right? And then everybody, how about we combine four parts together? Do we have any other triangles? A, B, C, D? No, B, C, D, F, right? So we get another one. So let's do the plus. 5 plus 6 plus 2 plus 1. The answer is 14. Anybody got it correct? Okay, the answer is 14. So everybody, you can see this question is really tricky, right? Because sometimes if you miss any one, then you got it wrong. Okay, so everybody, this is all for today's class. You can see as for today's class, we learned how can we count the 2D shapes. We also learned how can we count the 3D shapes, right? Okay, so everybody, we can see this is all for today's class, and that's it. Okay, let's see. For counting 2D figures, we learn about the shooting method, and also for the two symmetrical sides, we just count for each side, then count for both sides together. Okay? And also for 2D figures, we also learn about counting squares, counting triangles. So everybody, don't forget to submit your homework before Thursday, 7 p.m. That's it. Bye-bye. Oh, this is the last lesson, so not see you next Tuesday. Okay, everyone, bye-bye.